Welcome back to my channel. My name is Desio and I'm a French writer in Shanghai. Today I decided to paint a more experimental piece. Nonetheless, I start as I always do by placing my power line. I mentioned this technique in my previous video. This time, I went from left to right. I added a giant arrow in my E and I decided to write my name with an S instead of a Z, finishing off with an arrow in my O. Today I'd be using mostly bucket paint for the fill and doing it all with an electric spray gun. Mixing the colors on the fly from leftover buckets of latex. It's always tricky to get the right consistency for the paint to work in a spray gun. It often clogs, and basically you need to mix in a lot of water and keep mixing it until it's all very diluted. However, when you add too much water, then it'll drip like crazy. This has taken me quite some time to figure out, but once it was mixed correctly to my liking, I screw it back onto the gun and off I go. I really enjoy this part of the process. I won't lie, this is super fun. Love seeing the paint be pulverized onto the wall and also drip down, mixing one layer with the next. I placed the strokes in one go and explored how they could overlap and work together. Now I place the strokes and I try to use the color up until I think that it's enough on the wall, and then I have to go back and mix another batch of color. I only have one little bucket, so basically once I finish that color, it's gone forever until I try to remix it later. Or I get another little bucket, which I probably will next time, and have more than just one bucket to mix everything. This piece is 100% improvised. Now I wanted to explore the possibilities as I saw them instead of as I could imagine them beforehand with a sketch, letting myself be inspired as I created from the colors and shapes I randomly came up with. I really love the grimy look to this piece. I need to start exploring this as a new tool to be used more often in my pieces. I need to see how to make this work with my current style. Now unfortunately, the power ran out in the battery. Gotta get myself a second battery as well as a second bucket. I switched to using a paint roller and added some extra yellow strokes as accent colors so it was a bit too green-gray. Trying to keep the same width as the green and gray strokes, but adding some occasional splashes and spots here and there. Once all the strokes were completed, I went on to add some details, as I've been doing so in my previous pieces. I had a couple hours to kill and some cans with me, so I went on to experiment with my outline, painting the fiber details. In the next piece, I'll try and be more mindful of the colors I have. This time, I feel the colors weren't a great match, and I struggled for some time. There was a big difference from the bucket colors I had and the scrap cans I had taken with me. I really need to be a little more mindful next time, but that's the risk when you go and do an improv. So first problem was, with the black, it was a little too strong of a contrast to be used only on small lines. It kind of stood out a bit too much from the piece. I tried white highlights that I had, thinking it could create maybe a nice opposition to the black, but instead the contrast was way too overpowering and I lost a lot of the nice details from the first strokes on the wall. I took a blue can, but the blue was clashing a bit from the overall turquoise color of the piece. All I had to bring that color down was an acid green, which also wasn't a great match with the colors. It messed up with my mind for quite a bit, until I pulled out this real nice light scarlet color. I feel it tied the whole piece together, and by adding just some touches here and there, it was enough to revive the wall. And here you have the final result. From a broad drippy line to the final piece with extra splashes, spots, and stains. Now thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you think. Give me any ideas. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you in my next video.